Hi everyone, I'm Catherine from Peace Etc. and I guide people who grew up in mentally and emotionally unstable homes to become safe and secure in themselves. In other words, to improve their self-esteem and self-worth. So I went to a somatic breathwork class the other day and there's so much learning in there for me and I thought I would share with you. So one thing I learned was I witnessed how when we're in our wounded egos, we can really try to talk ourselves out of doing something that we're actually more than capable of doing. Like, for instance, when I first began, like when the first round started, I was in it, I was breathing, and I was just hearing voices like, oh, you can't do this, like, oh, this is tough, you gotta keep up, I can't keep up. It was so many can'ts. And I just pushed through it, and I was able to go through all 4 rounds. But when we switch from being in a healthy ego to a wounded ego state, and our inner child comes through, they're trying to protect us, and they think that we're gonna die. But in a lot of cases, we don't die. And this reminded me, like, when I first began reconnecting with myself, healing my inner child, going into my past, emotions would come up. And I was reminded, like, oh shit, I used to dissociate because feelings and emotions were just so visceral. And like, I just felt so much. And I thought that because I only allowed myself to feel certain things up to a point in my life, I thought I was going to die. Well, my inner child thought I was going to die if I sat in this discomfort. But then over time, through repeated exposure of like slowing down and letting myself feel, I learned how to feel again. And not just like happiness or joy, like the more denser emotions as well, like sadness, anger, even shame and guilt too. I mean, shame and guilt I did feel for a long time, but I could like sit with it and move through them better. And it's practice, practice through the discomfort. And what you find discomfort and uncomfortable may not become comfortable for a while. And even over time with repeated exposure, it might not be comfortable. But you can learn to sit with it and be with it. So yeah, that's one thing I learned from this class, and I'll be sharing more with you in following videos. I hope there is something for you. Yeah. And then the big message here is like a lot of the things, again, I don't know if I'm repeating myself because I don't have a script, but a lot of times the things that you say you can't do, you actually can do. So take the time today to think and feel into like what you feel like you can't do, and ask yourself like if it's actually true. And maybe there are small steps that you can take to face any discomfort or face any fears that'll actually get you to do what you actually want to do, but you feel or you think you can't do. So I don't know, I feel like it just sounded a bit trippy at the end there, but I hope there's something in this message for you.